Rayman Legends 100% walkthrough. This will be for Olympus Maximus, and this will be the second level, which is, let's see here, the Dark something. I went into it too quickly. Okay, the Dark Creatures Rise. This level is one of the more, how to put it, it's one of the more different ones, I guess you could say. You will have your first encounter with the dark creatures, and as it said, the dark creatures rise, and these creatures definitely like to rise, and I'm assuming those dark creatures would be those ones. So they are pretty limited with their abilities to hurt you, but if they do get a hold of you, you are pretty much dead. There is really no escape. But they can't really come out of pits that they're in, and there are some other cases when they're not going to be in a pit, they're going to be flat out just chasing you, so you will want to watch for that, and you'll see that as the level goes on. Be sure not to miss this teensy here, because I missed that on my first recording and had to redo this level, because I was like, wait a minute, I missed the king teensy, didn't I? And then of course you'll want to try and get that golden coin if you can. You kind of have to jump up and free the teensy anyway. And as you saw there is a lot of wall jumping involved, a lot of wall running, and you're going to be doing many wall running and wall jumping levels inside Olympus Maximus. The second royalty teensy, the final king one, is right up here, so these guys were very closely placed, and once again you encounter these swords, these flaming swords that follow you around and are pretty annoying. They're not as quick as the torpedo Teds, but they're still kind of a nuisance. But just be careful, try not to hit the spikes, avoid the swords. Always keep moving. If you stop moving, then they'll probably get you, and you should be fine. So for this part, if you just kinda ground pound through the bones and try not to get hit, that's really the best way to get past that. And here is your the first time you'll be using these glowing mushrooms, which actually destroy the darkness. Now I don't know if those mushrooms are permanent. I know the mushrooms go away, but I don't know if the darkness comes back. I've never actually stuck around enough to find that out. But you know, if you see that, just try not to try not to stay in that area too long anyway. Also be sure to get that teensy there and then follow all of these other lums that are coming up here. It is best to try to get those lums where you have them in a blue link instead of ruining the link and you have them all yellow, but you know, if you can't avoid it, then there's not really much you can do. So for this level you need 600 lums to get the golden trophy at the end, and it's not really too hard to get. But you do want to be careful, because if you miss a few, like if you think, oh, I can miss those, sometimes those few that you missed are exactly what you needed. So here's one of the endless runner parts, or I guess it's not endless, but here's another runner part that kind of ends quickly for step 1, and then continues on for a little bit longer in step 2. Just be sure to destroy these skulls that are in your way, and then get this teensy by jumping on that bigger drum there. If you miss that big drum, you will miss the teensy. Then hit the mushroom, and you will pretty soon be at the end of the level here. For this part, you really want to be careful of the saws, and try to use those enemies there to bounce off, and of course ground pound through, killing all the enemies, collecting all the lums, and at the same time finishing the level.